What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're going to play a little Kuzenbo in the duo lane, but we're supposed to be support, but we don't have an ADC, so we're going to play the carry. Guys, we're on fire. We're unstoppable in this match. Oh, it's such a good game. Now, before we get into the build kit, all that good stuff, guys, I want to give away another skin code, but I thought of a cool way to do it. So, you have to identify the god that is using this ability just by sound alone. So what I'm going to do is play a little sound clip, and the first person to say what god is making that sound gets a free skin code. Now this is a super easy one, and here's the sound. First person to answer that correctly on just the god, I don't need to know the ability, just the god, what god is making that sound for an ability, you get a free skin. Alright guys, and before I forget guys, I have started a PlayStation community, the ATP crew. Feel free to join guys, that's how we're going to keep track of Sunday Fun Days, and it's the best way to get a hold of me. All you have to do is simply type in ATP in the search for communities, and boom, it should show up with my logo. Alright, let's get into the build. For my first 1500 gold, I'm going to start out with Guardian's Blessing, Imperial Helm, which is rank 1 of Celestial Legion Helm, 2 healing potions and 1 mana potion. And then I'm going to pick up Shoes of Focus, Celestial Legion Helm, Pestilence, Stone of Gaia, Jade Emperor's Crown, and then of course we got to get some damage, and so we're going to go with Gem of ISO. Now I have got Meditation Cloak and Thorns for my relics. Next up, we have to go over his kit, and first up we have Water Bowl, his passive. Each time Kuzenbo takes over 2% of his maximum health worth of damage pre-mitigation, he gains a stack of damage mitigation as his head fills up with water, with a maximum of 10 stacks. Stacks last for 10 seconds and refresh when he gains another stack, of course. If he is knocked up, grabbed, pulled, banished, or otherwise disrupted, the bowl loses half of the stack. So basically, the more damage you take, the more tankier you become. Nini Kappa is his one. Kuzenbo summons and throws a powerful Kappa, who can ricochet off of walls. After firing, if the Nini Kappa bounces off of a wall, it travels 70 units from that point, up to a maximum of 2 bounces. After reaching the maximum range, or if he hits an enemy god, the Nini Kappa will burst forth from its shell, slowing and attacking them for 6 seconds. Kuzenbo transfers 20% of his health and protections to the Nini Kappa. So the stronger you become, or the more tanky you become, the more tanky your ally becomes. Shell Spikes is his 2. The spikes on Kuzenbo's back extend out, damaging enemies who attack Kuzenbo. After active, each time Kuzenbo takes damage, the cooldown on Nini Kappa and Sumo Slam is reduced. Kuzenbo may activate this ability again while under the effects of crowd control. So this is awesome. It's kind of a weaker version of Thorns, but it does give you that cooldown. Sumo Slam is his 3, and it's written kind of weird, so I'm going to try to break it down in a easier, manageable way. Now, Kuzenbo charges forward, becoming immune to slows, and he damages all enemy minions that he passes through. If he collides with an enemy god, he then grabs that god and continues pushing that god for the rest of the duration of Sumo Slam. Now, if you push that enemy god into a wall, they're slightly stunned for a second, but they do take more damage from hitting that wall, and you can also push them through enemy minions, and that god takes damage from hitting those enemy minions as well as the minions, so really it's kind of best to just slam them through minions. Now, they'll take damage up to a maximum of 3 times. So if you push them through 3 minions, that's a ton of extra damage that you're getting from that Sumo Slam. But this ability can be used to just completely displace minions, you know, take them back to your allies and really just isolate them, do tons of damage. Such a good ability. And lastly, we have his ultimate Watery Grave. Kuzenbo pulls himself inwards under his shell and spins, summoning fierce currents that knock enemies back, increasing his movement speed, rendering him immune to crowd control, and allowing him to freely move in all directions for 2.1 seconds. Damage after the first spin is reduced by 50%. All in all, Kuzenbo's kit's awesome. He's got a ton of displacement abilities. You know, you can really get into a team fight and just completely remove half the team by using your ultimate and then grabbing one of their front lines and pushing them right into all your allies and just absolutely deleting him. On top of that, his 1 does a ton of damage, and we even get this cool little fadeaway kill with it here in a little bit. Kuzenbo's so much fun. Alright, now let's get into this gameplay. So, if you saw here, Fenrir, he's very low. We almost got him, and I don't know why he isn't leaving. We're going to be able to take him out. I was waiting for my cooldown on my one to get up, but he charges me. And, oh man, we're able to take him out. And then Raijin heads over here. Raijin's going to be tough to get away from, but we're just kind of dipping around corners. You know, he has used his escape already, so it's on that longer cooldown. And if you see, we make it through the jungle. We're heading back to our tower, and we can see him on the map. You know, he didn't really chase us, so we're going to get away clean and starting off great already. Now, since we did survive that, we're going to just head back, heal up, and then get back to our lane. Now, of course, we're pretty much solo in this lane, but since I am a Guardian, I'm not going to be able to really do anything with this tower, and I'm going to push that minion wave into tower and then actually head over to mid lane. You could see our mid laner went down there, so I'm going to head over there. Oh, we miss our cap. Oh, feels bad. And then I see, oh, they've got a lot of people there. I heard that low key go and Viz. Let's get out of that situation. Let's head into the mid tower and try to prevent some damage. I'm going to instantly use my ult there, and you can see we were able to displace quite a bit of their team. And then I end up throwing that cap. And look how much damage we do to Fenrir right there. Nemesis is able to finish him off, but oh man, she's low. She's got to get out. We're going to stay under tower. You know, hey, we could go over there, but that's just asking for the enemies to show up. And so we kind of just stay back, and we're able to get that cap onto Loki. Then here's my fadeaway, guys. We end up taking him out with our one. Oh, awesome, awesome. And we're able to defend our mid lane. Now, again, Nemesis was in the jungle there, and we might have been able to save her life, maybe. But we would have put ourselves in a very bad situation. We probably would have ended up both going down because Cerberus and Raijin would have just followed up on that. So us just staying back, unfortunately, we did lose our jungler, but we were able to take out their jungler in the process. So it was kind of a trade, and we were able to protect our T1 in mid. But after that, you know, Raw shows back up. Let's head back to our lane. Fenrir's here, you know, so we're just going to kind of deal with this lane. Nemesis did show up, which is great. You know, but hey, we're not going to be able to chase that. Let's just deal with the minions. I don't want to give them a minion tower. You know, that's never good. And we're just going to continue our farm. Now, again, we're using our one to get that clear. Your one has your best clear, so that's what we're using. Loki came in, and he came in right in my minions, and we're gonna be able to do some work on him. He's trying to get away, but once my one gets off a cooldown, we're gonna be able to take him out. And I don't know what happened here, guys. We got a lag spike just right there. I don't know. I have no idea. It looked like he somehow got behind me, but whatever. He's going to be able to get out of that with almost nothing. Feels bad, but is what it is. Now, we're going to head over to Fenrir. You know, he was able to take out Nemesis, which is unfortunate, but we end up taking him out. And you can see, we kind of pushed him into a minion. That's what gave us that last little bit of damage that we needed to actually take him out. So, you know, hey, we're still starting out strong. We've got their assassin carry. We've taken him out a handful of times. We're gonna go into this tower and do some work, but you can see again, I don't really hit towers hard. As a Guardian, you never really hit towers all that hard, and 36 damage is not a lot, but we're getting minions into the tower and we're able to get quite a bit of damage on it, especially with this follow-up wave. And you know, that's great. We've got a ton of damage on this so far, but we're really going to need to get out. You can see Loki showed up. We're just going to jet out. We want to get out of this situation as fast as possible. That was a great body block on his part, but again, out of mana. Let's not worry about it. Let's get back. Let's play safe. Now, I am still playing that Guardian role, and if you see, Nemesis is heading over to go in for a gank, and, you know, this is definitely not the best time to gank, especially with me being so low and out of mana, but you can see I'm doing my best to support her, and that's really what you want to do as a Guardian. You want to support your teammates, and unfortunately, she goes down there. We're going to do our best to get out of this situation, but Fenrir's, he's pretty tough, and he's going to end up taking us out. Oh, feels bad. You know, that was just a bad engagement, but again, I am the Guardian. You know, I've got my Guardian blessing on. You know, I really need to be there for those team fights. It's just we need to pick better opportunities to go in for fights. Now, once I spawn back in, I've got to get back to my duo lane, and you can see Raw went over to help defend, which is great. Cerberus is here, and their Fenrir, of course, is here. And then we see Loki. Loki's heading in. We got to be careful of that. Luckily, he was missing, hitting me. But, you know, we do have our protections online, so we're going to be decent with our protections. And, you know, I'm getting collapsed. I've got to be careful here. But, you know, with my meditation cloak, we're able to heal up a ton of that damage and get out of that situation. But, you know, Loki's sticking around. Maybe we can take him out with our 1. And again, you get that long-range bounce with your 1, so I'm just kind of waiting for him to... There we go. There he is. We're able to take him out. That's the second fadeaway. But, hey, great. We're able to get under tower. You can see I was trying to push Cerberus into tower, and that's one thing you can do as Kuzenbo. You can push people into tower where they take a ton of free poke from the tower, especially at these early stages in the game. Now, as you all know, one of my favorite things in Smite is people that try to revenge kill. And guys, revenge killing's never good. We're able to get some poke on that Fenrir, and of course, Loki is gonna show up. And you can see, I'm waiting for him to show up. We're gonna be able to push him back. You know, we are pretty low, but again, we've got a ton of protections on, and we're gonna be able to just absolutely poke him out. And that's great. But I've got to get out of this situation. I'm very, very low, and hopefully Arrg can get out. You know, we did chase Loki off, so hopefully he gets out of there. And Arrg's here. He's going to end up taking out that Fenrir, which is great. And if you see here, we're going to peel for our team again. We're going to grab that Cerberus, push him into tower, and Nemesis is able to take him out. Raijin actually shows up, and he's going to be able to take me out. That was a great rotation by their mid lane. But guys, again, I am playing that Guardian, so anytime I can go in there and keep one of my team alive, that's much more worth it than me surviving. Now, once we spawn back in, we're actually going to head back to our lane. Of course, you know that we're the carry, baby. Loki and Cerberus are here. We're going to try to push them out. Keep my tower safe. You know, I don't want to give this tower away for free. And we're going to try to get some poke onto this Loki. And you can see we're trying to judge that bounce. I'm not exactly sure why that bounce came out this way, but hey, it hit Cerberus. We hit somebody, which is great. Loki ends up hitting me with that ultimate, and I used my relic instead of actually using my ability, but that's quite alright. We're going to be able to take out Loki again. You know, revenge killing, guys, it's never, ever, ever worth it. And with their Cerberus here, you know, he's trying to do work, but we're in our minion wave. We're body blocking him into the tower. We're going to be able to take him out. Oh, we've got such another commanding lead. We're 13 levels in compared to his 9 and that Loki's 7, and that's just because I'm in this duo lane by myself. I'm getting tons and tons of farm, and you know, as of right now, they're not going to be able to kill me unless we get a huge rotation, and you know, as long as I don't play silly. Now, we do end up getting a little bit of a rotation. Nemesis is here, Thanatos is here. We should be able to go into this tower. Fenrir does snatch up Nemesis, and I'm going to go ahead and peel for her. You can see we pushed Fenrir away. She was tanking those tower hits, but I was able to keep him off of her. That's really what you want to do as the Guardian. You're there to protect your team, and that's what we're doing. We end up taking out that tower. You know, that's absolutely great. That's what we've wanted. This is going to free me up to make better rotations and not have to babysit that lane. You know, we can do a pretty tough push into this lane, but you see Raijin shows up and he's going in on Nemesis. We're gonna head over there and just peel for her again. You know, that's exactly what we want to do. Raijin's very, very tough to deal with, but you can see we are just chasing him off, and then I hear, hey, there's a fight going down behind us. Let's go ahead. We end up taking out Fenrir with our 1. Oh man, then Loki's here. We end up taking him out, and Cerberus, we're gonna push him into the wall, get that little bit of a stun displacement on him. We end up getting an awesome triple kill there. And you can see, just kind of being aware of your surrounding as the Guardian, your job is to be a distraction. Your job isn't there to kill people. Your job is to set up kills for your team. That's exactly what we did. And that's actually going to allow us to go in on this T1. Now, or this T2. Now, we do have a little bit of a miscommunication here, and I popped thorns instead of my cloak, which, you know, that's unfortunate. And right here, you can see Thanatos started tanking the tower. It's because whoever, the person closest to the tower is the one that's going to get the aggro. So we should have finished off those minions and then went into the tower, and we might have been able to actually take it out if I was the one tanking it, because I am decently tanky. Thanatos ends up staying in there, and with that rotation, he's actually going to go down, which is a bit unfortunate, but is what it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You know, I'm throwing my one just to get some poke, just to hopefully keep that lane pushing decently. Now I need to head over to our duo lane. You can see our duo lane is completely surrounded. That's never good. I'm just going to head right in. Loki's here. You know, if I can push him under tower, he's dead. But it looks like I've got so much damage. We're going to be able to take him out anyway. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Loki. But I've got to get back to my lane and deal with this Cerberus. You know, they're going to take this tower. And, you know, it is unfortunate. Our team is really getting handled in those other two lanes just because everybody's making so many rotations. No one's sitting in a direct lane. You can see both junglers are even, they're still in the single digit levels at, you know, 17 minutes into the game. So really, we really need to concentrate on leveling up, and the best way to do that is, of course, staying in a lane. Now, I'm just going to go in on Cerberus here. I'm going to keep him off of our Thanatos, and hopefully that's enough to, you know, keep him alive. Sure enough, we're able to take out Cerberus. Fenrir comes in, and I'm just going to push him right into these minions. You can see that extra bonus damage from all those minions. Oh, it's great. And I'm not sure why he is staying in on this fight. Maybe it was because this Loki showed up, but again, I am not concerned at all about Loki. We're able to take out Fenrir, and again, Loki is, he's out for blood. And we've just shut him down so many times. Really, when you have this situation where someone's shutting you down like that, they're very tough to deal with. The best thing to do is leave and go try to kill someone else. You know, don't keep coming after me. Especially, you can see I'm very tanky at this point. I might not be able to do the most damage in the world, and it takes me a while to kill people, but I am doing work, and Loki just really needs to stay away from me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw my one into that wave because I want that wave to naturally push, and then I'm actually going to head to our Phoenix because you can see the enemy tier is going in on our Phoenix, and we've got to stop that. Now, once we actually show up to this lane, you can see our on-hers here. We should be able to get some work done onto this tier. And again, we're pushing him to where we're facing more towards our tower. We want him to stay closer into our minions, so our minions are poking him a little bit. He's very tanky, just like I am, and so, you know, that it's taken us a while to burn him down, but me and Honor should be able to make something work. And you can see, again, we're pushing him into his minions, so he's taking his minions as damage. And, you know, sure, he's got thorns up, but guys, at this point, I'm so healthy, I'm not worried about his thorns at all. And we're able to power through that and actually take him down, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted. Now from here, I'm going to help on her push this lane. Let's get it under tower, but then I see, hey, we're losing our duo lane now, so I've got to head over there. Let's go ahead and protect that because I can turtle shell and I'm going to be safe. The other gods can't turtle shell. But, you know, I'm literally a turtle, so we should be able to make something happen. And sure enough, we're actually able to take out that Fenrir. We're just absorbing these shots from Raijin, which is great. We're going to go ahead and throw our little turtle at him. And guys, we're not chasing the Raijin. We want to concentrate on the minion wave. And the reason we're not chasing him is he's got such a good escape. We'll never be able to catch up to him. Especially since we don't have blink, anything like that. Let's just let him go. Unfortunately, Nemesis is chasing him down. It would have been much better to focus on these minions, and you can see she's actually going to go down there because he got to the safety of his tower. You know, he felt a little protected, especially when dealing with a melee god. He was able to just turn around, poke her with some range, and take her out. Guys, when you're dealing with one of these gods that has just such a good escape that it's going to be very, very difficult for you to catch up to him, like Raijin, just let him go. Let him go, set the lane, get it pushing, because he's going to have to back. And if we were both here in this lane, we would be able to push into this tower easy peasy. Now, Tyr did ult there, and you can see, I'm not going to deal with Tyr. I could barely take, me and Honor could barely handle him. So there's no way I'm going to do it by myself. So let's just head to our team and see if we can make something happen. Now, if you see, since I have shown up here, we can make we can turn this into a fight. You know, this is 4v4. We can actually turn this into a fight. And with Nemesis showing up, this is a huge team fight. Let's make it happen. You can see that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel into the jungle, though, and come in behind him. And that's really going to split their team apart. And really, you know, that's great. We're able to push Fenrir into those minions. And you can see we got some damage on him. Taking out their jungle, or I guess their carry. You know, that's awesome. And everybody else is fairly healthy. We're able to actually take out low-key there as well. So we've turned it around. They're now on the run, and that's exactly what we want. Now from here, you can see their Raijin shows up. Now I see this Tyr, and I'm like, okay, let's go after Tyr. Nemesis ults him. Like, this is gonna be easy kill. And I'm not exactly sure why, but she ulted Tyr and then went after Raijin, and Raijin's doing the work. So let's try to body block for her. You know, abilities like Cerberus Fire Breath and his little snake pistol things. I can't body block those, but I can body block basic attacks, and unfortunately, our body blocks just weren't enough to save Nemesis there, but that's quite alright. Cerberus jumps in, and he gets on the other side of me. Look how far I'm able to displace him, and this is just a free kill for us. Awesome. Awesome play. We did lose our Nemesis and our on her, but, you know, hey, this was all in all a great play, even though, you know, in total, we all kind of traded. Now the enemy team has spawned back in. You can see we're able to head over and actually secure yellow. We steal that from the enemies, which is great, but there's no sense in staying pushed up in this tower. We're never going to win that, and you can see we end up actually going down there. We should have left that a long time ago, but it's quite all right. I'm going to head to mid lane after I get that lane set. See, we set that lane so it pushes into tower, and then we're actually going to head in over here. And I could have stayed in on Loki, but what I really wanted to do was displace their big damage dealer, which is Raijin. Currently, Raijin's the one doing work, so let's isolate him, and that's exactly what we do, and we're actually able to take out Fenrir with all of us living through it. You know, some of us are fairly unhealthy, but that's quite all right. Taking one of them out, we're keeping them on those staggered deaths, which is going to allow us to push towers a lot more freely. Now from here, I'm going to head to my solo lane, and you can see someone goes down to the fire giant right there. I'm like, okay, you know, there's someone, and then I see two people go down. No, okay, they're clearly fighting the fire giant right now. Let's get in there and see what happens. Raijin's here, and you know, hey, I'm gonna poke the fire giant so Raijin stays in. And then we're going to head over to Raijin. You can see he's trying to secure it, and we're going to end up taking him out. You know, awesome play. You know, there was he should have just left. There was no way I'm going to be able to take out Fire Giant by myself. But we're just waiting for our one to get off a cooldown, and then Raijin is going to be gone. And sure enough, we're able to take him out. I'm not exactly sure that was a weird bounce. We're having a couple of like really strange lag spikes in this match. You know, the one with the Loki and that one right there. But hey, easy peasy. We're making plays happen, and we're gonna actually go into this tower. Now you can see I don't have wave clear, guys. I really do not, and it's very difficult for me to push these lanes. I really need some rotation from my team, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick around in this lane. You know, we've got a huge presence in mid. They might be pushing mid. I'm gonna go get this lane set and pushing. You know, the enemy's minions were on our Phoenix just then, so we want to keep this lane pushing. You know, we should have backed up a little bit more to back, but we're spending a ridiculous amount of time pushing this minion wave when we should have just backed off a long time ago. But when Tyr shows up, we're going to go ahead and back up and, you know, get some damage. He uses his ult there, so Tyr ult down, and that's going to just let me back. Now from here, you know, I'm at max build, guys. I'm tanky, I've got a little bit of damage, but I've got those slows as well. This is great. We're gonna really be able to, you know, have a huge impact on these team fights when we get into them. Tyr's, you know, beating on me, but, you know, look, I'm already at full health again. You know, I'm not worried about Tyr at all. And you're about to really see how tanky this build is. Now Loki comes in. Again, guys, those revenge kills are never, ever worth it. We're able to take out Loki. And then Raijin shows up. I'm completely surrounded. Fenrir's here. You know, this is going to be tough to deal with. He's able to ult me, take me back to the team, you know, and I pop thorns just in case, and, you know, we're just kind of hanging out. You know, look at all this damage going out. I got 3 gods just beating me to pieces, and we're able to live through that. You know, we're tanky, guys. We're very, very tanky. I tried to bounce that back, see if it worked. I'm sure you can find a good angle to actually do it, but we're able to survive that just onslaught of damage, get back to tower, heal back up, and then we're going to re-engage in this fight. And guys, we're tanky. This is the definition of tanky. Being able to withstand 3 people beating you up, especially when it's a mage, an assassin, and a warrior all beating you up all at the same level. That's the definition of tanky, guys. Now coming up, we have one of the worst misplays I've ever seen. And we're all together. You can see our entire team is right here. It's Fire Giant time. We just took out their Fenrir. They're running away for their lives. It's time to go on Fire Giant. You know, what better time? And our On Her and Raw don't actually show up. And that, I don't know why. And, you know, but with 2 assassins, we should be able to take this out. But the damage just isn't there. Oh, feels bad. But is what it is. Now, we end up getting the Fire Giant very, very low. And, you know, I'm thinking the whole time, hey, we're going to have some rotation from our team, but they end up actually going and defending the other lane. And then I see their Tyr show up. They end up stealing Fire Giant from us. And again, we had that weird laggy thing. I'm sure you saw. It's just like, oh man, that's disappointing. we should have been able to take that out, especially since we were fighting it for like a minute. But it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and peel off, head back to our team. You know, I'm untouchable right now. Even with them having Fire Giant, I should be able to defend quite well, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hopefully live through this Fire Giant play. Now, Tyr and Raijin are here, and again, both of them are Fire Giant gods, so we've got to be careful. We're able to go into tower, and I'm just going to fast forward through most of this. This is just me, you know, defending against Raijin because I can't do any damage to him, and he might be able to clear the waves faster than me, but, you know, he's never going to be able to push into tower. You can see we kind of peeled off a little bit to go for that. Grab him. I don't know how I did grab him. We were able to hit him with our ult, but again, you can see we're not doing any damage to him. And, you know, we're chasing him around. Hopefully we have some peel from our team. We should have somebody show up and be able to take him out, but, you know, it's not quite happening. We're just going to defend this lane, keep it pushing in the right direction while my entire team stays over in the duo lane to do what they're doing. Now, I know you thought it was done whenever I quit fast-forwarding it, but it's not. This lasts a long time. Me and Raijin are pushing back and forth for a very long time until we finally get some rotation. And guys, this is big. A Guardian cannot push lanes. You can see we've had our ult twice since this was going on. But I cannot damage him. I have to have some rotation. And with Nemesis showing up, you can see we're able to get a little bit more damage on him, but he's running. And that's the main thing. We want him to get out of this lane so I can actually rotate and help out my team. I was stuck in that lane. If I left that lane, we would have lost our Phoenix just quick as can be. But now that Nemesis came over there, chased him off, that's going to free me up to rotate for my team and actually help my team out. And that's what you need help with. And you can even see, I even pinged help a couple of times. Now coming up, we have our famous PlayStation just nightmare, can't get off the right screen. We almost died here because we opened up our menu for whatever reason. But we're going to go ahead and engage on this Cerberus and Loki. And, you know, Loki's here. You know, I'm going to focus Loki. And with me having so many you can see I open up my menu and then I'm trying to hit 57 buttons to get off of it. And then I open it up again. And we got out with barely anything. I'm able to use my meditation cloak. and he heals me just a little bit, but that's enough to kind of stay engaged just for a little bit. Just throw out that one, help out my on her, and then I'm going to back here, and you can see Cerberus heading in. We just, oh, what a good bait. We're able to keep him under tower and actually take him out. Oh, Stony Gaia, thank you. Thank you, Stony Gaia. And, you know, hey, we flipped this fight around. You know, we really, truly flipped this fight around. You can see I'm healing back up. I'm already yellow again. And unfortunately, we lost our tower, or we lost our Phoenix here in this solo, or in the duo lane. And, you know, that is unfortunate, but is what it is. We should be able to defend against this. You know, we already did it when they had Fire Giant, so it should be easier now. Now, at this point in the match, taking out their damage dealers like mages is huge. So that's what we're going to do. Fenrir and their Raijin show up. We're going to be able to go in, take out Raijin. You know, we did miss him with our dash, but it's quite alright. Fenrir doesn't stand a chance. We're able to take him out. That's huge, guys. Taking out those huge damage dealers, and then Loki as well as Cerberus are still down, or Loki just went down and Cerberus is still down. That huge play, and this should allow us to just march down mid lane, take out that Phoenix, maybe even in the game, and you know, that's huge. Getting a semi-team wipe at this point in the game can be game-changing. Now, if you remember, at one point, I had like 100 health, like 80 health, something like that, and I haven't gone back or anything like that. I'm not really even using Raw's heals all that much, even though I am right now. You know, but I'm healing up just from that Stone of God. Guys, I cannot tell you how awesome that item is, and we're gonna just push into this tower. Now, I'm not gonna chase Tyr. We'll leave Tyr alone. Let's get some minions onto that Titan. Loki focuses me again, and I don't know why he does. Loki's, don't focus me. Don't focus me. Go after on her. Don't focus me. And we're going to actually be able to push into this tower, or into this Titan. You can see I am tanking the Titan. That's awesome. That's what you want. You want your tanky god. You want the guy that's not going to die from 1 or 2 hits to tank that. You can see since I left, Nemesis started tanking it. She's gonna get out. You know, she just goes down. But we do end up wrapping up this match, and oh man, what a turnaround! What a turnaround! We were getting stomped at the end, but what a good match. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope y'all enjoyed. And if you did, show me some love. Leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.